Hi everyone, welcome back to Candid Talk. My name is Mahi. This is the show where we look at the unknown behind the known. So my guest today is not only an amazing teacher, they also have an interesting background in investigative journalism. Wow. Also, they've hit some pretty exciting milestones recently. They obviously, won an Amazing Teacher Award. They got their work published in Gulf News as well, which is pretty good, pretty big deal for a journalist. So, to talk about that and some more exciting things, let's welcome Mr. Paul to the show.
Hi, Mahi.
So, how are you feeling?
First of all, thank you for having me here. It's exciting to do this. Yeah, it feels amazing to be here after winning the amazing award, and I would like to thank YallaSchools for recognizing not only my hard work, but the hard work of all school leaders, teachers as well. And yeah, it feels so great to be here. I was just watching your show because my students and I were waiting for my name to be announced when they nominated me. They were always like, "Where is your name, Mr. Paul? What happened to the Yalla School? What happened to our nominations?" I don't know. So they will just email me. So I know that my students are watching right now, and yeah, I'm already here in YallaSchools.
Hi students. Hi. It's exciting. So, what are any expectations from this conversation? Anything you're looking forward to?
Oh, all right. I hope it would be about my personal journey as a teacher, as a primary teacher as well, and some things about how I do writing here and there, and maybe a bit about my relationships, because I feel like I'm still new here in Dubai. I've just been here for like less than 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's amazing to, converse with you and tell my side of the story, my experiences here in Dubai.
Okay, that's great. So let's go back to the past. You were born in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And you've spent a majority of your life there. So what was life like there for you? What were you like growing up?
Oh, all right. I came from a very tightly knit, family-centered community. I became a teacher because of the influences of my parents. My mom is a teacher, and in our culture, we give high regard to teachers. That's why I pursued this profession, and it's worth it. So yeah, I actually miss Philippines. I wasn't able to travel back home for the winter break, and I would feel I'm kind of sad, but sitting here with you would be giving me happiness, and feels amazing to be here to be interviewed by you, and I know that my family is watching in the Philippines as well.
Oh, hi family. How amazing. So when you first, realized that there are so many people out there who have this sort of love and kindness towards you, did you expect anything like that? Like love from your students, or as you expressed, like being here today, was it something that you expected?
Most especially this school year, if I can just tell a story.
Yeah.
Whenever I entered the classroom, students would always be like, "Yay, Mr. Paul is here, he's here." They are really loud, shouting my name, and I'm telling them, "I'm not a celebrity. Come on, I'm not a celebrity here, so you don't need to clap, you don't need to shout." And it's also a challenge for me as well, because they become so lively that it's hard to manage the classroom. So
you just bring so much energy.
Yeah, so I just asked help from my colleagues on how to tame them, on how to bring back the classroom management. But it's the love and support of these children that, make me who I am as a teacher. That's why I am really thankful to the students and parents who nominated me for the YallaSchools. More than my own victory, I feel that it's their victory. And, I'm just happy to share it with them.
That's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about winter break. Winter break came here so quickly. It's funny because only a couple. It feels like a couple weeks ago I was asking people about their plans for the summer break, and now I'm asking about the winter break. So do you have any exciting things planned for the Christmas or New Year's, anything like that?
Well, just to tell, early this morning, I would describe winter break as freezing. I have nothing I have no words in mind but the word freezing. Early this morning, I went for a jog,
Okay.
but after a few steps, I went back and I said, "This is not a good idea because it's really freezing." I am really not into cold, cold places. But plans for the winter break, I think would just be sleeping, eating, and reading books as well, and maybe writing as well. It's breaks are a form of recuperation for us teachers.
Yeah, that's interesting. So let's go back to you being in the Philippines. What is there any special memory you have from your youth, and maybe tell us a little bit about what you were like when you were in school?
Oh, all right. I would say I was a lazy student in primary. Really lazy. Like I didn't do assignments that much, homeworks, until such time that I realized that I need to take studies seriously, very seriously, because I feel like in our home, our expenses are really getting high. So I made it to a point that every cent that my parents are paying for the school are worth it. So so I studied hard in high school, and but in college I became a bit, I would say, stubborn with my teachers. Um, Stubborn in a way that because whenever I feel that the scores they are giving me, the grades or the evaluation are not at par to my expectations, I found myself always chasing professors, asking them to change the grade because that's not what I deserve. I deserve higher than that. Yeah, it paid off because I graduated with honors.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and that was a funny thing, and I hope my teachers are proud of me now. Whenever I experience difficulty as a teacher, I always look back at my youth and asking myself if did I do anything wrong when I was a student, and it just makes me laugh.
So now that you look back at yourself as a student, you realize kids are sometimes exhausting.
Yes,
As a
that's
teacher,
true.
if you look back. Was there any moment that you found really special with your students that made you kind of realize, like, I love what I do?
Oh, all right. Yeah, simple gestures like students making cards, like recently Christmas cards, although they have a different religion, but they made sure that they gave me a gift and it's for Christmas. And then those thoughtfulness deeds are, I really admire from them and treasure. And of course, I always make sure that they are heard, they are valued in the classroom, and whenever they come to me and tell that it was an amazing day with me, with our sessions, with our classroom sessions, I feel that, or I tap myself and tell myself that I am doing a good job.
You are doing a good job. That's really
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
So, life back home, how do you think it is like right now? Before back home you had your family with you. Things were, even if there were some tough times, they were there for you. You had someone to turn
Yeah.
to. But now you're all on your own. Is it a difficult thing to navigate?
It's really difficult, most especially now I'm alone in my flat. My flatmate went home, so I was just left there, and I was just doing video calls and chatting with my friends. But upon going here, I realized many things as an expat, as someone who does independent living. Number one is cooking. It's really hard to cook. Until now, I am looking into the best recipe, one recipe that would make me survive for a whole month or even for the whole year. Also, ironing clothes. I realized that I really hate ironing clothes. I think I burnt a lot of shirts that I brought here in Dubai. maybe just recently I burnt a pair of pants.
Oh.
So yeah, I just miss my father because he does all this for me, and he does it very well. So I miss those how my family back in the Philippines is serving me.
Mm. So what have relationships been like for you? Personal things like friendships back home growing up and now that you're here on your own. What has that journey been like for you with friendships?
Oh yeah, I would say I'm self-proclaimed introvert. So it's really hard for me to converse and talk to other people, to start a conversation, and even to keep the conversations going. But you know what? Since November this year, I found myself attending parties where all people were strangers except for one. So there's this one friend who always invites me to parties. And then the people there in the party are strangers to me. So imagine the social battery that I am bringing in every party. But now I feel maybe after 5 or 6 parties I attended, I feel like I'm an extroverted individual now. There's this one party, I didn't know that it was a surprise party. And then I told the birthday celebrator that I am the surprise in your surprise party because we do not know each other. But these people were very welcoming. Most of them were Filipinos. They are very welcoming. It feels like you're not an alien in this country because you have, that community that takes care of you and who will welcome you.
So do you have any shows or like movies or anything you like to watch or like music you like to listen to in your downtime?
Oh, all right. Whenever I am on my well-being sessions, I would rewatch the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You're a Marvel fan?
Yeah, I am.
I'm a Marvel fan.
I know, because you have Tom Holland, Spider-Man in your photo, right? Anyway, I rewatched from the Hulk after the last series from Agatha to Agatha. It's my form of well-being,
Yeah.
And I love superheroes. I love particularly MCU. I am a voracious reader of comics, and I am attending a master's degree in comparative literature. It's all about criticizing text, literary text, and I am specializing on superhero text.
That's amazing.
I attended there is this one course or one subject called superheroes and the media culture. So basically we studied superheroes in the movies, superheroes in the books or in the comic books, in the media. And I even told my professor that if there's a quiz about Endgame, I would make a perfect score.
How many times have you watched Endgame?
I can count maybe more than 10. I almost like memorize every line and every, but it still surprises me.
But I mean, I watched Endgame actually 2 times, but both time I was crying so much I couldn't.
Yeah.
But I think I get so mad like when I'm watching TV and then I see like Avengers Endgame is on, because then it's like, why put yourself through that? Why are they showing it on TV? Because it's so sad.
Yeah, most especially if you are already invested in the whole story.
Yeah.
Like when Iron Man said, "I am Iron Man," it's a different kind of feeling. Because when he said that in the first Iron Man movie, it was all about being boastful, being conceited. But when he said that when he was about to die, facing Thanos, it's a different now. It's a form of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So those moments that you would rethink of the values and ethics of superheroes.
Yeah. So is there a superhero in particular that you find yourself connecting to, or who was like the first hero that like inspired you a lot?
Oh yeah, as I said, it's Iron Man. Although I disagree with a lot of the things that he did in the movie. And I would say Captain America.
Nice.
He's a a
Nobleman.
deontologist,
Yeah.
very noble man. Everyone looks up to him, like the perfect superhero. So when he gets a hold of the hammer, I think he's worth it.
Yeah,
Right.
he's worthy. He was always worthy. Remember since
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, but he just never wanted to disappoint Thor
Yeah.
and give him like.
So we had these theories about the movie, right?
Yeah. It did move a little though. I mean, so
So yeah, there are a lot. Also Filipino superheroes, they're
Yeah.
also really good. Like Darna, Captain Marvel, we had a lot. So yeah, maybe we can discuss it some other
Yeah.
time.
you can please go ahead discuss. I'm interested.
Yeah, Darna, she is a Filipino superheroine that when she swallows this white stone and shouts Darna, then she becomes a superhero. She's really strong, like she has the powers of like Captain Marvel
Yeah.
or Thor, and she has been an important part of our Filipino culture because being the agimat. When you say agimat, it's like it's something magical, and it's already embedded in our culture.
Wow. So it's always special to see something from your culture being represented and you feel
Yes.
connected to it. Did you ever feel like a superhero when you were a kid? Were you like, I am a superhero?
Yeah, before I always thought myself that I could fly. I was always at the roof
Oh.
of our home
Wow, that's
and would love to jump,
Huh?
but of course not.
Okay.
And sometimes when I become tired doing many works, like I had this habit of staring blankly and think of myself as Spider-Man who just swings here and there. He
Yeah.
doesn't seem to have like problems in life.
That is
But of course, saving
Just
the
swinging.
neighborhood is
Yeah.
a different kind of thing.
just swinging and having fun and saving the day.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little about writing before we get into that. If you had to create your own superhero or comic book, would it be inspired by you, or what kind of character would you like to have?
Yeah, I would love to make, a superhero who is a writer, who is a journalist, or who is a teacher. So I have those, ideas in mind that I just cannot publish yet because I don't have the time. But yeah, I would love to. But I am really not into creative writing.
Okay.
When it comes to writing, I'm into journalistic.
Like
So it's
real
more of
realistic.
news stories or
Yeah.
opinion that are based on truth, based on the reality and the stories of the people.
So you said you have also a background in investigative journalism. That is
Yeah.
very interesting because there's a lot of stuff that happens during the whole process. Sometimes it can get scary. Sometimes you find out some interesting stuff. Do you have any memories that kind of still stay with you regarding that specific area of journalism that you're like, oh wow?
Oh yeah. Trying to go back, I would say it's really a dangerous job.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is
investigative journalism. You
very
need to
dangerous.
chase for public documents. You need to interview people who don't want to be interviewed. And, there were also threats coming in your way, like you don't publish this because you know what will happen, what's gonna happen to you. But I learned, I just laughed them. I just, brushed them off. But my mentor, my editor during that time told me that you need to take them very seriously because there were already threats against journalists and you have to take action, report it so that it will not happen again to anyone. So, yeah.
Was it like a scary feeling for you the first time something like that happened? And like were your parents like, don't do that, let it go, just do something else?
Yeah, thankfully, I had this support system. My friends, I think they're listening, and Gia and Rodel. Yeah, so they came with me during those interviews and during the writing process. And, we just laughed things off. And that made situations very light. while doing the work. And then so I was able to publish the story, and then I was able to present also my experience to journalism students. So I had that chance, and I worked alongside, or I spoke alongside the veteran journalists in the Philippines. Such a good memory that I still see myself doing that in the future.
Yeah, so what was that? You also had your work published here, by the way.
Yes.
What was that like? How did you do that? Because that was very interesting. How did you see yourself like getting your work published so early on over here, or did you see just teaching being that one thing you do?
Right now, I'm still in the journey of discovering things. Right now, I love teaching. I love my work. I love doing it, and I enjoy the place. I enjoy Dubai so much. But there were times that I thought of going back to writing. That kind of writing, the investigative journalism kind of writing. But right now, while teaching here, I serve in a non-government organization. It's called Philippine Business for Education, wherein I also get to write issues and about problems in our education system in the Philippines that needs to be heard, that needs solution from the government. So yeah, it's still a balance of what I do, what I love doing, which is teaching and writing.
That's exciting. So you're also a fan of traveling.
Yeah, I am.
Any places that are on your bucket list that you would like to visit in the near future?
All right. My colleague is inviting me for a Europe trip, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
So for the
But
summer.
yeah, I feel that Dubai is a window to the world. That whenever you are here, whenever you are in UAE, you can go to many places because of what we have, because of our card, because of our credentials. And looking forward to visit nearby places like Azerbaijan, Georgia, because those were the places that people here in Dubai are visiting.
It's like, so would you ever, I think, do you see yourself doing writing full-time in the future? Like traveling and writing at the same time, where you get your inspiration from different countries and you stay there for a while and you continue writing and then you go to the next one and you just keep getting more inspiration?
Yeah, if there's an opportunity, I would love to do that. But yeah, right now I enjoy being a teacher and writing at the same time, writing for my students, writing for the school as well. And maybe I want to start here in Dubai. I have published one already in the Gulf News, and it's about multilingualism in the classroom. As long as you are passionate with as long as I become passionate with what I do, which is teaching, attending professional development sessions, I would love to write about them. And yeah, thank you for the suggestion of, traveling and writing.
I think that would be really
That would
cool.
be, I hope that would be possible.
Yeah, you could be like, it's fun, I always think about those. You can document your moments and it's fun. Inspiration from everywhere. So it's interesting how you manage all of these things. How do you not get exhausted? Because it's hard to tackle both at once, when you have so many interests. So how do you deal with
Yes.
it? Give time to each.
So yeah, the perfect term would be just balance. In our school, Winchester School Dubai, we are always reminded of prioritizing well-being. So whenever it's your off, turn off the laptop and have your own well-being sessions. So I go to the gym, I run, and prepare healthy snacks.
Nice.
I believe that it's part of our job to look after your well-being, because if not, we cannot serve our students very well. We cannot serve the school and community very well.
So as a part of well-being, are you interested in anything like meditation or like spirituality, anything to sort of clear your head and calm yourself down?
Oh yeah, I attended one yoga session in our school, and it was really fun. I almost got to sleep. And what's interesting, this coming term, I'll be handling our enrichment club. It's about yoga and fitness.
Nice.
So so it's a new thing for me, and I'm excited. Excited to welcome members who want to have well-being sessions with me.
Better themselves. And
So we always need to find, we always need to find opportunities for our own well-being, whether it's at school or at home.
So if you could go back in time now
Mhm.
and look at your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Oh, all right. If this interview were done 10 years prior, I would advise myself to be really passionate. So when I was young, I always told myself, when I was in my teenage years, I always told myself to be passionate in everything that I do. So do everything to reach that goal. Don't sleep, study hard, always do your work, be disciplined, and it's always focus on the goal. And I realized that passion really is a big word. Passion means, dying for it. You are willing to die for something. But now I'm in my 30s, and I would still tell myself to be passionate, but I would say be patient, because not everything that you want will be yours. So be patient. There's a time for waiting, and there's a time for reaping. There's a time for achieving everything. But then accept that not everything that you want in life will be yours. So just be patient and work smart.
Smart,
Yeah.
smart, not hard. Is there something that you're still learning? Like as you said, you're in your 30s, but is there something that you're still learning every single day? Something that you're still trying to be good at?
There's a lot. And I would say being a teacher here is something really new. I feel like even though I had over 9 years of experience teaching back in the Philippines, when I came here, it's a different setup. It's a different cohort of students, various backgrounds, and so I feel like professional development is something that I need to treasure and need to attend to, because you are serving the students. You're serving, I always feel like that when you're serving the students, you're serving the community. And it's an imperative for you to always do your best, to learn a lot. I am still learning. I feel like I am still in maybe 30% to being a good teacher. But at least we are already an amazing teacher.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I strive to be as good as I can be, with the help of my students, with the help of my colleagues, with the help of our school leaders.
Do you ever turn to your parents for advice? As you said, your mom was also a teacher. Has she ever given you any words of wisdom to help you out?
Yeah, to always love. She's always reminding me to always love what you do, because if you love what you do, it will love you back, and that's what I experience. So I love my work. That's my mantra. Whenever I go to school, I love my work, so that all others will follow. My students will love me back. The work itself will love you back. Deadlines will love you back.
That's true. Just positive energy. Put it out there. So do you have a guilty pleasure? That's something you really like, but not many people know that you're a fan of?
Oh, okay. Guilty pleasure. I would just say food, and eating a lot. and sleep, like sleep a lot, but staying up late.
Oh my God, I get that.
Staying up late,
Yeah.
then after that sleep a lot.
Were you, when you were younger back, were you someone who stayed up late as they wanted and then just slept all day? And do you still do the same now? Because as you grow, you kind of just don't have the energy to stay up like till 3 or 4 a.m. and you're just like, I'm going to go to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah, before it was intentional as a child to not sleep early, to stay up late until 3. But now, as I grow older, I feel like I'm having sleep problems. I wanted to sleep, but I can't. You know, if you are overthinking, if you are really overthinking, you cannot sleep early. That's why that's my opportunity as well to write. Whenever you overthink, you write.
Yeah.
And then opposite when you are when you lack creative juices, when you lack ideas, you read.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I learned from these experiences.
So what kind of books inspire you? Like, what was the first book that like inspired you to go your own way and pursue writing?
All right, I would say comic books. I like reading comic books. They are very easy to read, easy to be understood. But then one book that influenced me heavily is Harper Lee's book, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the themes there of, empathy, of justice, they resonate with me and shape me. They are, the book is my guiding principle in life to always stand up for others. So that is my guiding principle as a writer, someone who gives voice to other people. And of course, the character there, Atticus Finch, she has this moral compass that I really love, that students and that all people should emulate.
Wow, that's exciting. So, do you have anything that you wish more people spoke about or gave attention to in general in day-to-day life?
Oh, I would say education. Education. Yeah. Most especially right now that I am really exposed to many education issues. I feel like people should be talking about, spending education budget with prudence and, making our children better. Good governance should always be there to help our children become literate so that they can go out of learning poverty. Because education is our tool to succeed in life.
Yeah, that's true. So how would you help, help a child or anyone who wants to further their education but they don't necessarily have the means to do so? What would you do to help them out?
Oh, okay. There are a lot of ways, there are a lot of means, there are a lot of organizations that help you. But I would like to emphasize that we should veer away from the diploma mentality. That it's not always the college degree that will make you succeed in life. It's not the only pathway to succeed to success. As I work in the NGO, I learned that there are a lot of pathways for us to succeed. There is that TechVoc or technical vocational, wherein students undergo training and then attend some sort of work-based training where they earn while they train. They work their way up and eventually succeed.
Wow. Okay, that's fun. That's nice. Speaking of work, what was your first ever job? Was it teaching or was it something on the side to sort of make some money for yourself? What was it?
Oh, it was teaching already.
Oh.
So yeah, after graduating, I taught already. That was my first and only job back in the Philippines. And then I am now in this is my, I would say, third workplace.
So do you have any fun teaching stories of when you first started out as like a rookie? Something that you think about on the daily? Like,
Oh, all right. Maybe entering the wrong classroom. Entering the wrong classroom and getting mad at the students. Getting mad at the students because why they were noisy, where in fact they were just having an activity. They were having group activity and it was not my class. But then, I was too embarrassed, so I moved slowly. But I was still angry. So not to embarrass further.
did no one say like this is the wrong class?
No one told. I just saw their teacher outside looking at me. And then good thing that she was my friend. And then we're just laughing about it after.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
So fun. Wow.
And then what else? I had this student who was throwing tantrums.
Okay.
He wants to jump off the window. He said, I will jump off the window. And then I told him, hey, you better take your quiz first. You better take your test first before you jump. Because I was, I was chasing for the scores. I need to record them. And then so it didn't happen. The jumping didn't push through.
That's so funny. So is it fun grading like tests for kids? Because when you're a kid and you see that happen to you, you're just stressed out. But now you get to do that to other kids.
Yeah, the mundane way of doing it repeatedly. So that's the tiring part as a teacher.
Yeah.
But that work is really important
Yeah.
as a teacher because you get to know your students. You get to know them if they are weak in spelling, if they are expressing ideas clearly. You get to know them better
Yeah.
when you see them, when you see their writing.
Has there ever been a moment where like you've seen a student give a really creative answer, but it was like just ridiculous? It was wrong, but it was just very like creative. Any moments like that?
Yeah, it's really creative, and I feel like it's an AI. It's written by an AI writing tool, and then I just told him to revise because it's not allowed
How old was
for
the
the
student?
purpose of academic integrity.
How old was the student?
Primary,
So like
primary,
really
yeah,
young,
like
right?
11 or 10. So yeah, AI is really changing a lot of students these days.
We didn't even have AI when I was 11.
Yeah. I was telling myself that I hope there was an AI when I was a student. Because it will be really helpful.
So you weren't a fan of like revising and everything like that? It's monotonous.
Yeah, but they have to revise a lot of writing. So that's a tiring part, but I would say that it's an important part of of our work as a teacher.
Also rewarding when you do well in tests.
That is
Wow.
true.
That is so exciting. I'm having a lot of fun with this conversation, but unfortunately,
Oh, thank you so much.
this, however, we have to close it here.
Oh, okay. I hope I made sense.
You made
and
a lot of sense. Yeah.
I hope made this show interesting.
Yes, it was so fun to have you. So before we leave, is there anything you'd like to say, any message you'd like to give?
Oh, all right. So I would just like to repeat, I think my students are listening, that be passionate and but be patient with yourself at the same time. And always do your best, and excellence should always be there, but also be patient with yourself. Be careful with how you do things so that prioritize well-being as well.
That's amazing. That's so nice. And so thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. So
And-
nice to be here.
It's nice to have you here. Thank you all of you for watching. And if you like it, subscribe, obviously. Thumbs up. It's fun. And I will see all of you in our next episode, whenever that may be. But in case you don't see us, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas in advance.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Bye.
Happy Holidays.
Happy holidays. Have fun. Bye bye.